Hey, what's going on, y'all? Hey, I'm back with another video. It's Isaac once again. Um, I just want to just update you guys about a little bit about what's going on with me. It's nothing bad. It's good. It's good. I'm telling you, it's good. But I have been recalled back to work. I said I have been recalled back to work. So, throughout the course of the pandemic, thinking should I go get another job or should I, just wait it out or whatever. I didn't know what my options. I was basically keeping my options open because I didn't know what was gonna happen. I didn't know whether I was gonna come back or if they were gonna call me back or if I was just gonna just get a new job. And I was trying to look for another job, but for whatever reason, it wasn't working. But I thank God that He called me back to work. I'm only I'm only working a few days, but it's all good because it's something still. So I was called back to work on the 29th of December, and I was actually surprised that they called me back because I know that they're not gonna call a lot of people back, and it's unfortunate. But I know they won't call a lot of people back because they're trying to save money or whatever. They're trying to budget the money. So um, I was called back for my I was called back on the 29th, which was a Wednesday, and then I had to come in for orientation. But I ended up being late for orientation because I had to take the little one to school, and then I had missed the bus. So everything was working fine up until that point. So I had missed the bus, had to wait a little bit while for the bus to come, and then I get there. I tell the security my name, and then they said, "Well, you late, and because you're late, you gotta get another appointment." My appointment was for 9:30, and I think I got there like 9:45 or something. I think close to like 10 o'clock, whatever the time was. So I was like, all right, no problem. And Building 14 is where you go. Those of us that work at JFK Airport, that's where you go for where you get your ID. You do your fingerprints there. Once they offer you the job, you do your fingerprints there. You renew your ID there. You know what I'm saying? You get a change on your ID you if your job changes, or like say like you get another job on top of the job that you're already working. You gotta change your badge from either blue to red, so that you can have access. People that have the blue badge, we can only swipe through certain doors in the airport, but people that have the red badge, they can swipe through any door. But anyway, um, Building 14, I like it because they have upgraded it. They pushed everything. They made everything a little larger, so it's a lot bigger now. The room is a lot bigger. Um, the chairs are comfortable more so than the last chairs that they had. So they renovated the building over the over time. I think last year because they had closed it off and we had to go to another building, and that was the temporary building until Building 14 is back up. But I like it. It's renovated. It's nice. It's a lot more spacious now than it was before when I first started working there. So anyway, I get there. The security guard tell me I'm late, and because I'm late, I gotta get another appointment. So no problem. I had to wait till like 11:30 now to get my appointment done or whatever. And so I did that. I waited, and I'm just paying attention to what's going on because we're still in the pandemic, so obviously we still have to social distance or try to social distance, even though it's nearly impossible because they have stickers outside, the building, and there were a lot of people there, like upwards to 10 to 12 people at a time, because let's say like the 9:30 or the 9 o'clock people will come, and then the 9:30 people will come after that. So every group have to wait outside, and it was cold that day. So there's stickers on the ground, and it say on the sticker social distance, 6 feet apart. But it's impossible because it's 12 people. Let's say it's 12 people, right? It's 12 stickers, or let's say 12, 13 stickers, right? So how can you social distance? How can you spread apart when clearly the stickers are so close to each other, you have to stand next to this person, or in front of this person, whatever. And when you get into the building, when you're waiting for the appointments, when she calls you, there's stickers going up the ramp. And if it's like 10 or 12 people, and that going up that little ramp is like a really confined space, so there's no real way to really stay 6 feet apart from each other. But fast forward, I went. I got my appointment for 11:30. I had to wait, but I let them know. I let HR know that I came late, so they said, okay, no problem. When you're done, just let us know when you're coming in the terminal, whatever. So I went in the building. I was in there. Less than 10 minutes, literally. Like, I gave them my name because my name was already on the list originally for when I came for my appointment. So I gave them my name, my information, my social, my ID, and like I said, I was in there for less than 10 minutes. I didn't get to take my picture over, but I had to make a new pin, because like I had stated earlier, you have to, throughout certain areas of the airport, depending on where you're working at within the airport, you only have access to certain doors. So only certain doors will be for the blue badge, because on our badge we have either the blue color on the side of it, or most people have the red. So with the blue badge, we're limited to where we can go, but the red badge, you could pretty much go to any door, any entrance that is available to you. So I went in there, got my stuff. They gave me a couple masks, so they was really nice. The security that took did my my badge renewal, because every year that your anniversary come that you've been on the job, you have to renew it. But I didn't have to renew it because HR had already renewed it for me. So all I had to really do was go in there and pick it up and create a new pin. So I went and did that, got into the terminal, and then got to the orientation, and we went over the point system, calling 3 hours after your shift. You get points still, like 3 hours before, because they say we supposed to call ahead of time if we know we're not gonna make it, but you still get the points anyway. Major call out, minor call out. We went over just the rules of COVID-19 and them going forward. We went over setting up our direct deposit. We went over the point system. We went over the app, because everything is on the app now. So they said they're not dealing with no more papers now. So everything is through the app. So the vacation, your time off is through the app now. You still get you see a schedule through the app. The days that you come in, the days that you're off, stuff like that. So we went over a few of those things. A lot has changed in the terminal as far as them putting up. They have a vending machine now. They have a vending machine in the middle of the terminal when you come in after you pass through security. Where they have masks, they have the reusable masks, they have the N95 masks, and they have hand sanitizer. What's different now about the job now is when we come in the morning, we have to take our temperatures, and then we have to fill out the COVID-19 assessment form. It's basically just asking, have we tested positive in the last 14 days? Have we come in contact with somebody that has tested positive in the last 14 days? If anybody in our household is quarantined because they've been exposed, do we feel sick? Is our temperature over, I say over 90, I say like over 95 or whatever, so we got to do that every day. And I was told by my manager, that we weren't porters anymore. See, now, porters and most other jobs, they clean, they sweep and mop, which we did, when we worked in the markets, which we did. We did a little bit of everything. We swept and mop, took away the spills or whatever. Stockpiled the markets back with products and stuff. But they told us that we wasn't gonna do that anymore. But technically, we still are porters. But being that we don't have enough people, and being that, they just brought back a few people. Most people got called back in July, and me, myself, and a couple other people, we just got called back 2 weeks ago. So when I first come in, when I do my temperature check, I do the COVID assessment form, then I have to do the receiving and distribution, which is basically like anything, like how you go to Whole Foods or you go to Stop and Shop or Family Dollar or Home Depot, any one of them stores, Target, where they have the trucks that come in to deliver the products, and then the workers, the workers of the truck, they deliver it, and then you have to unpack it, and distribute it and put it where in its rightful place. So we have to do that first, and then we have to do the markets. So it's a lot. It's easy, but it's a lot of work because it's a lot of lifting. It's a lot of going back and forth, but it's okay because I need to exercise, but it's all good. So that part of the job has changed. So we have to do receiving, and we have to do markets too as well, and whatever else. But I think that we should definitely get $200 more if we're doing every extra job that they have us doing. That's really not a part of our job, but we have to do it right now because we don't have enough people. But it was the same thing when we had enough people. Work would still fall on people that it shouldn't have had fell on, and meanwhile they making you do all the work, but the other people could go around the terminal, do whatever they want to do, walk around, talk and eat all day, whatever they want to do, and they still get paid. They still would get their just due. So so they laid off the guy, one of my coworkers, good guy. They laid him off because that was primarily his position. It would be him and like two other guys that would usually do the receiving, but they let him go, I guess, to bring us back. But I hope that's not the case. But when anything like that, when you in a bind, like how the whole world is, and these jobs is not really letting people stay on, or they only having certain people come back. This is what happens a lot of times. People get cut, people get let go, whatever. But it's fine. You know what I'm saying? Another change that has happened is the fact that they have more hand sanitizer stations. Different things, different cleaning products that we didn't have before. But now I guess they trying to take extra precaution. And we gotta wear masks, of course, now. Which I had asked months ago. So this is my first time in the. This is really my first time back in the terminal in more than almost a year. So I've been out of work 10 months. So we have to wear masks all day long, and it can get a little annoying because it's always, I got it on my nose, I put it on my nose, and then it's always coming down, and I gotta put it back. So it's a little discomfort, but it's just something that we gotta deal with for right now. And another change also. A lot of people I heard, from another one of my coworkers, they were telling me that a couple people had gotten sick, a couple people had unfortunately tested positive for COVID-19, and that they didn't want to tell you who it was, which I don't believe is a bad thing if they do, because I'm not gonna go to them and say, hey, you got me sick, I'm gonna fight you now because you got me sick. Nah, we need to know who was sick, or who got sick, and who they was around, and whoever they was around need to get tested as well, because you may not have came close to me in proximity, but you may have been in the area, and you may not know that you have the virus if you're asymptomatic. So we need to know who that is, but they don't want to release the names, I guess, for legal reasons, but whatever, it's all good. But another change that's in the terminal is also, before I end it, they have converted this parking lot outside of the terminal that I guess it was for like the contractors, the private contractors, and whatever else personnel in the airport. So this was a parking lot where people park their cars, and I think it was specifically for one group of people. I'm not sure, but when I came back, I was wondering why they had all these trailers. in this parking lot that they converted. Um, and then I found out the next couple of days after why. So now they have COVID-19. Um, they have a COVID-19 testing center outside the terminal with them trailers. So anybody could come and get tested. You know, any worker, any airport worker, anybody that's traveling from other states or out the country, they come in and they're flying through JFK. They can come and get tested. I've seen a lot of people that's coming off these planes from different areas, different states, coming and getting tested. And people, you know, some people that was working in the airport is getting tested. So that's a good thing. At least they have that. You know, at least they have that. So you don't have to go to any urgent care. Really, you don't have to go to the doctor's office or wherever they do testing at. You don't have to do that because you can go right there. So that's good. But I thank God I've been back to work, and I'm gonna just make the best of it. And I'm gonna see what's gonna happen in the next couple of months. But the days that I'm working and the times that I'm working is gonna be for the foreseeable future. As long as we in this thing, and that COVID-19 testing center is gonna be there for the foreseeable future, as long as we in this thing. But I thank God that I'm back to work, and like I said, I'm gonna do the best that I can do with what I've got, what God has given me. So hey, it's Isaac once again, and I'm back with another video. If you like this video, like, comment, share, or subscribe, or leave a comment in the comment section. Have you been back to work? And if so, what are the necessary precautions or steps that they've taken? Or what do you see that they have done that they wasn't doing before? Just leave it down in the comment section. Hey, and I'm out, y'all. That's it. That's all I had to say. Peace.